Well, Baltimore Beer Week already in progress, and the celebration continues. We have with us this week Barry Lowenthal from the Brass Tap. Barry, thanks so much for coming in, sir.
How are you?
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
You know, we have a beer challenge, so to speak, coming up. But before we even get to that, the Brass Tap, fairly new on the Baltimore bar scene. Tell us about your
we've been around for 9 months. We opened in January. We're a craft beer bar. We don't brew our own beer. We showcase beers. We have 60 drafts. All craft beers. I don't do any kind of mega beers. And we try to keep about half of our taps with local beers, or local and regional, if you will. Really trying to bring the Baltimore beer scene to Baltimore and let people try different things different days.
And with that, of course, this beautiful stretch here, Baltimore Beer Week, something special perhaps you're doing at the Brass Tap for that?
We got a lot going on this week, absolutely. So Baltimore Beer Week is a 10-day event. We've got about 50 events going on over the course of the week. Every day we're doing this kind of blind taste test, which we'll get into in just a minute with different beers. But I've got events on Monday night. Tonight for Beer Week is Maryland Craft Beer on the Move. We're highlighting new breweries that expanded or opened in 2016 or 2017. Later this week, we're doing things focusing on barrel-aged beers. So just trying to bring different things, different events every day of the week to try to just keep people excited about beer. It's easy to be excited about beer.
There's so much going on the Baltimore beer scene, across Maryland. We're talking Eastern Shore breweries sprouting up. And, yeah, look, Natty Bo is a staple. We know that in the Baltimore area. But it goes so much beyond Bo, correct?
Oh, gosh, it sure does. And, you know, Baltimore has a long history with beer. And it's really gotten revived in the last 20 years. Brewers Art opened almost exactly 20 years ago. Wow. So they're right there on Charles Street. We've had Union around for 5 years. And, of course, we've got some of the bigger names in the Baltimore region with Heavy Seas, Flying Dog out of Frederick, that have really kind of taken craft beer into the general public in a bigger way.
Well, let's have some fun with this, some TV fun, if you will. A little taste testing going on. We're going to go local versus national here. Is that okay? Yeah.
So every day of the week, I've got a different pair of beers. One local beer and one national beer, same style. And come in, it's a blind taste test. Give it a try, see which one you like best. And at the end of the day, we're going to do a reveal and see which one got the most votes.
All right. Well,
it's that simple.
Let's start it now. Let's try one here and just get a little preview of what people might experience at the Brass Tap.
Yeah. So I've got, this first one is a Vienna Lager. So I've got one local. I'm not going to tell you which one's which.
Okay. We're going to pour one of each.
And one national. So the local beer is by Raven Beer. They've been brewing since 1999 up in Waverly neighborhood. And this is their special lager. And we're going up against Devil's Backbone out of the Shenandoah Valley. With their Vienna Lager, which really is the beer that made them famous. So your Vienna Lager is going to have a little maltiness to it, a little sweetness, but not overbearing, real easy drinking beer.
They're both delicious. Okay. I maybe just, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go with option one for the local, potentially.
You got that exactly right. That is the Raven beer, so that's the Raven Special Lager.
Just had a little more kick or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's two great beers.
Okay.
And Devil's Backbone has really done a lot of cool things in the beer industry nationwide, but Raven is right here in Baltimore.
Let's get another one.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Now we got two here.
So. These two, the local beer is Resurrection from Brewers Art, which is the Belgian double.
Yes, well known in the city.
And then the national beer is Abbey Ale from Omegang up in Cooperstown, New York.
Kind of a similar darkness here.
So your Belgian double is going to have a lot of sweetness and maltiness to it. It's going to have a real strong fragrance. It's a Belgian yeast coming out. And so every day we're doing something like this at the Brass Tap this week with different beers. Just come and tell us which one you like best. What do you think?
They're both delicious, but in full disclosure, I've had it before. I got to say, this option two is our local.
Option two is the Resurrection.
The Resurrection.
You're absolutely right.
I feel myself being resurrected here on Midday Maryland. Hey, Barry, thanks so much for coming in, sir. We appreciate it. Hey, go to the Brass Tap if you want to do some of these beer challenges yourself.
Every single day.
It's Beer Week. We're celebrating it here on Midday Maryland and at the Brass Tap. Thanks so much for coming in, Barry. Stay with us when we come back. How you can enjoy a special evening out while supporting our veterans. Stay with us.